There are some albums that no matter what mood you're in, they always put a smile on your face. They always make you feel good. But some of those albums sometimes are dirty, shameful, embarrassing secrets that we should never let anyone know we listen to. But when we support that band by the millions and buy an album that is shocking and dirty just for the sake of being vulgar, we should be regretting the past.
A few months ago, I talked about drunk mom rock, the type of music inebriated and drugged up moms and dads rock out to the one night where they found a babysitter and can act as wild as they want without fear of any little kids hearing them. While Hinder was one of the bigger names in that, group, there is another band who may be the king of embarrassing drunk mom rock.
Hey, y'all crazy bitch, but you're so good I'm on top of it.
I am so embarrassed that my neighbor's gonna find out I spent an entire night listening to this album.
Buckcherry, a group from Anaheim, California, have been around since 1995, and while there was a break in the middle for a lineup change, the world has been graced with a band known for singing about drugs, sex, and more sex, and claiming it as art. And don't think that this band was just a flash in the pan, because as of now in 2016, the band is still touring and still going strong. They even announced that this year they are celebrating the 10th anniversary of their best-selling album, 15, and will be even playing it in entirety in concerts.
Celebrating the album 15. That's like me celebrating getting stitches in my forehead. I mean, it was painful and something bad happened, but it's nice to look back and remember.
I know Buckcherry has many fans. They've pretty much written entire set lists for strip clubs across the world, and to their credit, they do appear to be having a lot of fun when playing. You can tell they like what they're doing, but when you get down to it, what they are writing is smut. Dirty, shameful smut. There is no deep meaning, no real push for artistic creativity, just singing bad words and talking about sex until enough people recognize. And in comes the album 15, released on October 6, 2006 in North America. Spearheaded with a raunchy butt rock single that we'll get to later, and boy did it get people to buy in.
You think I'd get used to this feeling by now? Nope.
15 is the album that took Buckcherry to a known SoCal rock band to mainstream butt rock heroes, or smut rock heroes, or drunk mom heroes, or whatever you want to classify these guys as.
I know I made fun of the drunk mom fan base in the Hinder video, but let's be honest, who else is going to admit to listening to Buckcherry? Besides me, who's trying to make a point. And I even feel kind of dirty admitting that.
Despite Buckcherry's staying power and ability to get people to buy concert tickets, regardless of their inebriation level, there are quite a few problems with the band, and specifically in their quote, acclaimed album 15. And if you're wondering why they named the album 15, well, Keith Nelson gives the explanation saying that the entire album was recorded in 15 days.
That's it? 15 days? You couldn't spend any more time in the studio? You had to get back to your life of sex, drugs, and booze? Why did I even ask that? Of course that's the reason why.
Also, they named the album after how long it took to record? That is such a lack of creativity, inspiration, and overall just lazy. That makes the San Diego Chargers look focused and hardworking.
They work together, they show up on time. That's about it. That applies to both Buckcherry and the San Diego Chargers.
But outside of album sales and having drunk people shamelessly sing the choruses of Buckcherry songs at random bars, why should the album 15 be regretted?
Let's go track by track and see why 15 is so regretful, as explained by many of you in the comments who requested this. I really hope I have neighbors who cannot hear what I'm about to blast, because it's going to be pretty embarrassing and awkward to try and explain.
Using every piece of me, drinking and smoking and fucking and making nothing. I didn't do it for money, I did it all for free.
Sure hope this guy never becomes one of those motivational speakers for elementary schools who teaches kids about good behavior.
This opening track could not be a better introduction to the band Buckcherry. Repeated guitar rhythms, a basic drum and bass line, and a singer who sings like he's lifting heavy furniture. It seriously sounds like he's using every muscle in his body to sing at a high volume, and like he could throw his voice or back out at any moment.
And then there are the lyrics. Sweet mercy, the lyrics.
So far it's working out, everything's different now, so bye. Na, 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 na.
I feel like I just probably have you hang around here, Strong Bad, because na-na-nas are going to be used as lyrics quite a bit in this album.
Yeah, this isn't exactly the music you should be singing out loud while waiting at the bus stop. The opening track on 15 really doesn't hold anything back in what it's aiming for. Drink, smoke, have sex, do it all for free, and everything will work out fine.
That would be the worst motivational poster ever.
The tragedy about this track is that 2 minutes in comes a good guitar solo. I mean it, Keith Nelson can really play, and I don't think anyone realizes that because Josh Todd is too busy singing about being a degenerate and shouting out na-na-nas in the chorus.
Yep, it's another band that has a guitarist who is way above the other people he's playing with. You deserve so much better.
Is it true what they say? You won't give it away. And I don't know what to do to get next to you.
This song is literally about trying to get into a girl's pants who doesn't want to have sex. That's it. The person goes as far as putting up with her favorite song and how he's trying all night, but she keeps pushing him away.
She doesn't want to sleep with you, you creep! This went from butt rock to creeper anthems.
Musically, Next to You is generic. Another steady rhythm that just carries the same chords without any real push to something different. It's just an anthem for wanting to have sex with a girl who has to keep pushing the guy away. And just like the last song, it has another good guitar solo. There are several elements in this track that are identical to the first song so far. Only near the end does the song change speed a bit and we hear Josh Todd try to get a little more toned down.
What should I do? When you gonna show me? I think you owe me. Come on, baby, see it through.
I feel dirty. Excuse me. I'm only 2 tracks in.
Baby, I got screwed. And I'm still alone. When it comes to you, yeah, I'm still alone.
The song takes a step back and tries to get a little slower and deeper. It doesn't work that well though. The bass tries to make an appearance, but it's very basic open note lines, and the vocals are still very, very grating even though it's not at full volume. And in the lyrics we went from drugs and sex to trying desperately to have sex to embarrassingly apologizing. It's the downward spiral of a man who's gone too far.
I never thought I'd have to say this, but it looks like the Denny stalker has returned.
For those who may be unaware, about a year ago I looked back at All the Right Reasons from Nickelback and noticed a sad theme of disturbing lyrics that all centered around a creepy guy who I deemed as the stalker who hangs out at Denny's until he sees a girl he likes and follows her and ruins her life. We are only 3 songs in on 15 from Buckcherry, and the Denny stalker is absolutely seen in these. A guy who drinks and shoots up and has sex to fill the hole in his life, a guy who is desperate to get into bed with a girl, and then apologizing for all of it?
There is a common theme in these butt rock albums now, and I didn't think it'd be something this creepy or gross, but here's the Denny stalker. Here we are again. I'm never eating a Grand Slam breakfast again.
When I look in her
Okay, putting aside the lyrics for a second about a woman who was on the streets and a man who regrets it, probably the woman the Denny stalker went after a little too much, and this is the end result, this song feels like Buckcherry is trying to get a little more serious and down to earth. It still doesn't work. The guitar work goes to basic chords and riffs, the bass and drums do nothing but hit along, and the vocals just carry these flat notes that drag on. I know I keep harping on this, but it's the combination of drawing out those notes and the singing and when it's extended at higher volume and it just sounds grating. This song was released as a single on the radio also.
I can only imagine the conversations in carpools when there's only 2 radio stations available. Alright guys, we can either listen to Buckcherry or NPR talk about old typewriter companies. NPR.
baby, you still drive me crazy. Nothing's gonna change me. So you don't.
It's kind of a shame because the great guitar work that was the only gem so far has been traded in for a twangy blues rhythm that's really drawn out and placed with the rest of the instruments as glorified grocery store overhead music. Even the guitar solo and bridge at a little over 2.5 minutes is instantly forgettable. And as far as the lyrics go, yeah, more Denny Stalker material. Now the Denny Stalker is growing lonely and impatient, getting sadder with the begging for his girl, or victim, to come back into his life, if she ever was.
The theme is shifting slowly though, from party animal to Denny stalker to sad, desperate man trying to apologize over and over again. Is this what drunk moms really like? vague, apologetic songs that really disrespect men in a certain way and show a man just at the lowest level of scum going down farther and farther?
I'm sorry I'm bad, I'm sorry I'm bad.
Yes. To that last question I just asked, the answer is yes.
To you and I know I can't take it back.
Sorry was another one of the singles to come from 15. This is where Buckcherry and Hinder start really blending together. Try listening to Lips of an Angel and this song Sorry and you'll see how it's virtually the same cheese, both of which were released in the same year also.
What was going on in 2006?
It's the same format that the last two tracks have been, but with a string section. That doesn't equate to much. The singing is more nasally and the entire song feels like an extremely vague Hallmark greeting card in the I'm sorry section. I know this song was played on radio and a lot of plaster drunks at the bar sitting by themselves really love it, but there really isn't anything to talk about. It's as bland as Ben Stein reading a dictionary.
There is one good thing about this. The Denny Stalker has appeared to go back to his bus stop or cave or wherever he hides out at. So there's a lot less smut in the last few tracks, and hopefully that continues.
Yeah, this is the song you probably came here for and know from the band. I can't believe they played this on the radio. Sweet mercy, what is wrong with people? Just the dirty chorus is enough to prove that radio doesn't care anymore, and the lyrics are literally what the Denny Stalker would say about a girl after following her and thinking she's the one.
Hey, you're crazy bitch, but you're so good I'm on top of it when I dream. I'm doing you all night.
The only reason this song made it big was for shock value. That, and because it became a dirty strip club anthem, and was the song played at every bachelorette party in the world. Don't get me wrong, musically this song definitely has a swagger to it, and the effect pedals match well, and there was a good timing with it, and it features more great guitar work.
It's too bad you have to get past the Happy Madison level of lyrics to actually get something out of this song.
For better or worse, this is the iconic Buckcherry song off the best-selling Buckcherry album. It really is the main reason the album 15 sold so well, just out of shock value in one song. Drunk bachelorettes and moms celebrate, you have a theme song.
And all you drunk bitter men, you have a song to sing when you're alone thinking about a girl. And Denny Stalkers? I guess this is your religious hymn or something.
You're always there. You're always with me.
This song isn't bad.
I feel like finally, 8 tracks into the album, there's something with a little more movement. It isn't filled with glorified pornographic lyrics. The drums actually make a strong presence in the song. 2.5 minutes in is another good guitar solo. It starts sinking in though that there could have been material like this before on the album, but Buckcherry's desire for smut and attention was too strong. And then it really hits you that guitarist Keith Nelson deserves better than what's involved here. I don't have much of anything negative to say at all because the song Onset is fine. It really is nothing to scoff at. If the album 15 wasn't filled with creeper anthems and had more tracks like this, then this video couldn't be made.
Then again, it may not have sold as well without the smut because drunk moms need to shout, "That's my jam!" at the bar on Friday nights to every scared bartender working.
You never let the sun shine. You better take it from me.
And then the rhythm goes to what sounds like a soundtrack to a bad 90s teen comedy.
I made fun of Crazy B, but at least on the sound and music side, it had a hook and some groove to it. The song Onset actually was something that could work. The song Sunshine is a basic strum-along session in a recording studio. Josh Todd just kind of goes into a trance with his vocals and long groans, and this entire track feels completely hollow. At one point they actually give the bassist a quick spot to bump a few notes and then the guitars come in, but it doesn't last. There's no light in this Sunshine, at all. It's a generic, ambiguous song to be sung at the ladies, because Buckcherry.
They have some really creepy Denny Stalker level lyrics in this too. Ugh. I mean, it doesn't get any creepier than this, right?
Don't be afraid, I won't fight hard. It's better than being alone. Black down in Brooklyn, I'm so hard.
Okay, putting aside the point of no return lyrics with the story writing and Denny Stalker here, this song Brooklyn for some reason went for a twang sound in a rock country rockabilly light style. It gets pretty grating after a while and the guitars just feel like they are a track on loop and the drums and bass don't do anything outside of what they've been doing for a majority of this album. I honestly can't imagine a time when anyone would want to listen to this song. Even residents of Brooklyn would shake their heads at this. If you're into the song, then fine, but I really don't get it, with or without the dirty lyrics.
Amazing how many showers you can take a day and still feel dirty.
Along with Onset, I feel like this works really well. If you listen to the opening of the song, you can easily hear how it would make a great opening track. The problem is they play it at the very end. Why? You pepper your insincere melodramatic songs throughout this, but save the energetic one for the very end? Who was responsible for producing and laying out this album? There are 2 songs on here that I can get behind and listen to, and that's it.
But even if you strip out most of the smut, the leftover music really isn't that exciting or worth paying for. But 1 million people went out and bought it! Why? Are there really that many Denny Stalkers out there we just didn't realize?
Think about it. The album 15 from Buckcherry is filled with ideas of how creepy men view women. Not even as objects, but as objects only to satisfy in the sickest of ways. In all honesty though, as far as butt rock goes in the music sense, I've heard much worse. This isn't the worst album I've heard on Regretting the Past. There is a guitarist in Buckcherry who can really play, and at the very least, it feels like the band is having fun and actually enjoying it. But as for why we should regret this, 15 stole off the back of a dirty song with a vulgar chorus. That's the reason. A large portion of the platinum sales were due to the shock value of what they were hearing. That has nothing to do with the music. Buckcherry didn't reinvent the wheel with what they did, and the performance overall on 15 was more filler than substance, but it sold very well.
The overall rock genre deserves better. The less we support bands that just sing about smut and shock value, and the more we support bands that really put something out there with artistry and integrity and talent, then it'll help everyone overall. Not if we just support lyrics and music like this. And for that matter, keep an eye out for Denny Stalkers. They're apparently a lot more frequent than I thought in our music and in our world. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go take another bleach bath. Whoa, who are you?
You, ever been to Denny's?
Hey guys, thanks for watching and all the support. If you'd like to see more of these episodes and help me reach the next goal to do another Triforce of Suckage review, then please check out my Patreon. Even if it's just $1 a month, it helps out a ton. Please comment and subscribe as it helps to get noticed on YouTube. You can follow Rocked on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can see my last episode of Regretting the Past on Megadeth's Boring Risk by clicking the annotation or the YouTube card.
It was just water. Calm down. Don't try this at home. For that matter, don't try anything at home that you see on Regretting the Past. Including bleach and making awful music.
Have you ever been to Denny's, boy? You got a purty mouth. You want to get a cup of coffee or something? We can you ever been to Denny's, boy? Yeah, have you ever? Oh, yeah. Oh. You look mighty fine in that wife beater and that bandana, boy, let me tell you. Oh, I could take you out for a grand slam, if you know what I mean. You ever been to Denny's, boy? We could, oh yeah, get a nice cup of coffee. Nice and black cup of coffee. Don't mind how it's fizzing like that. It's okay, because it's just how they make the coffee here at Denny's. I'm just saying. You can get yourself some sausage. You like sausage, boy? You like sausage? I like sausage. Ooh, because I like Denny's. Oh, yeah.